HGTV's shows have brought comfort and innovation to millions of viewers, but a bombshell lawsuit quietly exposed the major fakery behind the scenes. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching for more details. HGTV's programming has brought comfort to millions of viewers over the years as they've shown renovations, remodels, and DIY projects for every type of home, but one lawsuit blew the lid off the behind-the-scenes fabrication that went into certain shows. While many have become aware over the years that some of HGTV's biggest shows have an element of invention to them, while many have enjoyed shows like Love It or List It for their entertaining back and forth, it's become clear that the whole truth wasn't being shown on screen from episode to episode. Instead, viewers got partial insight into what was happening during each renovation. Even shows going as far to the early 2000s had some withheld information in order to inform the narrative. Regardless of the fact that some viewers have been using HGTV shows as their comfort for years, the production side of the shows have a lot of work to do off-screen to make sure each episode makes narrative sense. From the general casting process to the renovations being paid for by homeowners on certain shows, not everything is what it seems. While the shows themselves do often offer renovations that can serve as inspiration to others or offer helpful information to viewers, they're not always operating smoothly behind the scenes. On HGTV shows like Love It or List It, for example, the renovations shown on screen aren't always the dream that viewers are sold to think they are as things progress. One couple sued HGTV after their Love It or List It experience. Love It or List It, a series that pitted interior designer Hilary Farr and real estate agent David Vicentin against one another as they competed to see if a renovation could push homeowners to stay in their space or eventually list it for sale, originally aired from 2008 to 2023. The competition format allowed Hilary to design while David searched potential listings for the homeowners. While there have been many episodes of Love It or List It that seemed to feature genuine homeowners who either benefited from Hilary's design changes and continued living in their homes or found a new space from David, one troubling episode led the show into legal turmoil. In 2015, a couple from North Carolina sued the show for damage to their home. According to ABC News, Dina Murphy and Timothy Sullivan were featured on an episode of Love It or List It and found that the work completed on their North Carolina home had damaged it, rather than enhanced it as the show promised. Explaining that they invested more than $140,000 with the production company to work on their home, the couple shared that there was irreparable damage. The couple went on to allege that the show misused over $60,000 of their funds, and ultimately, that the incentive is to make decisions that favor the television show but not the homeowners. The couple did name the construction company that the show hired to take on the work, but was holding the production company accountable. HGTV had to acknowledge the issue publicly. The lawsuit was eventually settled, but the damage was done. After documenting the damage done to their home and publicizing their lawsuit, the North Carolina couple who sued Love It or List It's production company, Big Coat TV, were countersued, according to the News and Observer. Big Coat TV shared the couple knowingly spreading inaccurate information to damage the company's reputation, and the parties eventually settled the suit out of court. Although Love It or List It had a more publicized lawsuit, it isn't the only HGTV show to have made headlines with its concerning practices. Shows like House Hunters have been called out online for their false narrative, with some of the homeowners sharing that they never had any intentions of actually buying property, let alone the properties shown on the series. With HGTV shows proving that some of the renovation magic isn't what it seems on screen, the damage for the network has long been done. Although lawsuits can crop up for a variety of reality TV shows, the fact that the Love It or List It suit wound up settled and quieted down drew more attention to the fact that the series had flaws. HGTV shows have always had an element of fakery. Although HGTV shows have proven that they're not always working for the homeowner when it comes to renovations, the majority of series on the network have been able to provide thoughtful, thorough work. While Love It or List It faced criticism from their lawsuit, the show went on to continue for years to come and has even revamped in recent years on another network. Despite viewers understanding that there's a lot of work being done off-screen, it's always the most obvious on an HGTV show that has a short runtime. With such a short amount of time for viewers to grasp who the homeowners are, what they want, And to see the designers get to work, there's bound to be a lot left on the cutting room floor. While there are always going to be some issues that come from renovation shows, Love It or List It's lawsuit proved that the reality TV renovation space needs to be held to a higher standard. From vetting the local contracting companies that will participate in builds to being transparent with homeowners, HGTV needs to take further accountability for their shows.